Well, my name is Coriz. I'm from Santo Domingo Pueblo, 37 years old. To make a transition into jewelry, that was a big question for me. Very hard. I was a firefighter before then. I think carpentry was my main deal than the firefighting. Because when you transition over, you're giving up a paycheck, you're giving up the hours, you're giving up all that you've learned over the years that you've been a part of, what you chose after high school as a career. Mine was carpentry. And so here I am, 2015, artist, and it's been great. There's the ups and downs. I rely on the market very, very, very much. And lately it's been tough. It's been tough. Silver prices went up a couple of times, and the reason I started with my jewelry because I'm a part of this big family that has a lot of history doing jewelry. Mosaic, Inlay in particular, and silver sand cast. And one day I asked my mom, where should I start from? And it was a serious question. Sometimes people don't take you seriously, especially mom. So she goes, here, start from here. And what she gave me was a thunderbird design. This little guy has gone a long way for me. It's fed me, it's fed my kids, and when I first started on it, it wasn't like this. My pieces were so bold, and the designs were so bold that it looked like a kindergartner had designed it. That's the magic of jewelry. You get better at it as you go along. So she gave me this design, and among others, and her skills, and I started working on it every day. It entails looking for material, finding the best material, and then you have to start from scratch with your rough. And then once you acquire your rough, you have to look at it and really see what's inside it. Then you have to put yourself and literally your hands go on the material, and you begin to cut it, you begin to shape it, you begin to see it. And so once all those things come together, it's a feeling of oh my God, it's like taking apart a radio and then trying to put it back together. So when I do all the pieces, and I make all the cuts, and I make all the shapes, and I still, like an artist, there's my canvas. I have to put it on the canvas. I have to create something, and with my creation is my contemporary side and then my traditional side. So I put the both together, and then my family design comes above it. And so with that strong surrounding, I'm able to make my own path and do my own way of making jewelry versus being repetitious and making the same thing and relying on the same design every day. With me, I do the Thunderbirds, and that's what I'm known for, but I try to make each one different and unique so that each piece speaks to the person differently than if it were a process and me going through the line. Each one is unique in its character. So that's my foundation. I try not to copy. I do not copy nobody, only my mother, because I have her permission. And even in her signatures, we share the signature of a hand, and we share the signature of the corn design, and that's our family trademarks. And when I ask my mom now, she's really impressed when I show her this or show her that, or I try to ask her different things, and she's really encouraging, you know, because she's seen how far I've gone. And once you make the design, once it's out there, once it's finished and all polished, once it's complete, then we still have the task of taking it out there, presenting it, speaking for it, and making sure it finds a good home, making sure the person connects with the piece, because without that, there's no real connection. Just like if I were to build a house, a tile floor, I have to have my customers connect with my work, because then I feel like my time is well spent. And with this, you know, it's well spent, yes, but sometimes there's the ups and downs. You know, there's people, there's different opinions. You know, there's a lot of jewelry out there, and that's the thing. It's a big jewelry market. There's a lot of competition, a lot of people looking at your work, a lot of people trying to see what they can make, be creative on their own, or you know, but in reality, they're really looking at your work, and you know, it's hard to be competitive, to be out there. You know, you have these great names, and here I am, you know, I'm a carpenter, I'm a family man, I'm a tribal member, and you know, I try my best, and that's what I think pushes my pieces, because I try to stay inventive, I try to stay new. Like, for instance, this is a new piece that I came up with. It's called Windows to the Past, and what it is a black jet doorway and a ironwood header, and around it are the bricks that were used to form the home, and it's like you're looking from the inside with the candles lit out the doorway, so that it's looking out the night. And this is something that, you know, I dedicated to ones from the past, like a Memorial Day. Without them, I wouldn't been able to do any of this. So I picture myself and I picture them. Here I am with my nice cutters, my nice grinders, and just think, back then, no electricity. So they had a stone, they wet the stone, they took their piece and they graduated each piece, and various stone grades, you know, maybe four grades and 4 stages of the fine, so the final polish. And in honor of them, this is what I've created and come up with, you know, Windows to the Past.